my favorite answer was for his favorite fight scenes, Drunken Master, the whole movie.
The whole movie. I think that's really his baby, and you know, he has his father in it. I think
Right.
at some level, and you have to think again. Now we see these films. You know, you have to give the illusion of combat, of hand-to-hand combat. You have to make it look like it hurts a little bit. But what I like about Yuen Woo-ping is you have a grace to it, and it's there's an antagonism, but there's also a form of dance to it. It's like. Well, that's what a lot of people would say about martial arts. I think from an outside perspective,
yeah.
but it's singularly true. I think with his choreographies, especially in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Well, that's exactly the appeal of martial arts films, kung fu films, particularly that is the highly stylized aestheticization of violence.
Right.
It's exactly what you were talking about. It's like a dance, but there's something, you know, it's violence, but there's something beautiful about it, like dance.
Yeah, I think in a sense it is realistic, and yet there's a sense of imagination. You know they're fighting, but you know you're in a film. You don't have that the Bruce Lee sort of dynamics. Is like you see someone punch in the face, you're kind of thinking, ouch. Ouch, right. You have this energy that you get from the street fights. I don't think you get that necessarily from a Yuen Woo-ping choreography, even though some of it, like when you go back to the Tiger Cage series or what he did with Donnie Yen, this stuff is insane when you think about it. There's also something to be said about the speed, how he uses speed, particularly in the case of Donnie Yen. I mean, you can see Donnie Yen is great at kicking. Sure. And like with the Donnie Yen films he directed or choreographed, there's a hell of a lot of kicking. It's insane what he does. Like the Iron Monkey sequences, you watch it now, it really floors you.
It was a highlight of it was a highlight of that new wave of kung fu films in the 90s for sure.
Yeah. I think if we were to do like a formal analysis of what he does, what I like is the duel versus the fight against many protagonists. Like when you have the action is very circular when he has fights against many. I think probably the most impressive of it is in The Matrix. When you see Keanu Reeves fighting and he goes, you have an aerial shot of him, and you see a character dominating many others, right? Like, but completely, you don't have really a sense of danger, but you have a sense of balletic dance that's quite circular. Right. And at the same time, I think what he's really comfortable with, on the other hand, is really the duel, like having a one-to-one, because then you can have a very elaborate choreography. You see stuff happening in minute gestures. The guy, I mean, at 74, is of a respectable age. He's still quite active. He just finished. There's the choreography of Ip Man 4. Before that, there was the spin-off with Max Zhang, Master Z. Ip Man's Legacy. It's a spin-off of the series featuring Max Zhang and Michelle Yeoh. Right. So he's still very much there. And he actually had to turn down Aquaman. He was asked by James Wan to choreograph the fights in Aquaman. It would probably have looked quite different if he had choreographed them. But he's still in big demand among Hollywood directors when it comes to action. Is one of the names that always pop up.
So New York Asian Film Festival, June 28th to July 14th at Film Society of Lincoln Center, the last weekend at SVA Theater. We're building up to close to 50 films, as we have been doing the last few years.
Yeah, we're about halfway there. We're watching a lot of films, a lot of good films, a lot of bad films. We won't show the bad films. We'll only show the good.
Yeah.
Maybe the bad a little bit, and the ugly a little bit too.
And don't forget to click and subscribe.
Don't forget to click subscribe.